365 days, 52 weeks, 12 months, 1 year of running my Ecotech Vortech MP40s. So there's a couple of reasons why I'm making this video. The first reason is I'm actually adding 2 more to the Nios Opus 440. So we're going to do a bit of an unboxing as well, so you get to see what's inside the box and setting them up. So the reason it took me 12 months to make this video, and I already had this conversation with Ecotech at the time, was I didn't just want to be that guy who's got free stuff and is making a video about it. Making videos as a content creator or an influencer is something that we tend to do and not think too much about the end user. I don't ever want to put a video out on this channel and be that guy that tells you to go and get something if I don't truly believe in the product, or if I'm not making a video that's going to be beneficial to you in some way. I'm even wearing the t-shirt, so you know that the things that I'm going to say is going to be very good. I'm still using the 2 pumps that I got last year, and I've just picked up another 2. You see, the thing is, you don't notice flow when it's working, but you definitely notice it when it stops in your tank and in everyday life. So think about going to work, for instance. When there's no traffic, you don't necessarily notice that there's no traffic. When there is traffic, you're stressed. You are irate, you get to work, you don't really have as much of a productive day without the traffic. Or as my better half says, when I don't open the windows, it's stuffy in here, there's no flow. But when the windows are open, it's not a big deal, it's just business as usual. It's exactly the same in our aquarium. So that's kind of the parallel to flow inside your aquarium. Why are you doing that?
Flow.
Oh yeah, I should address this. Flow, right?
Flow.
Flow. I think he said flow. It's all about the flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce flow?
Flow.
I thought it said floor.
Told you. Flow.
Oh yeah. Okay, so clearly I can't say flow properly. So for the purposes of this video, when I say flow, I mean
Flow.
flow. So inside, we get a setup guide. We've got the MP40 itself, the wet side, and it comes with an enemy guard included, which is pretty useful if you've got an enemy, starfish, or anything that could potentially get caught inside the wet side. Then we've got our controller. Now this is very cool. You don't even have to use the app. You can do everything on here. We've got our dry side, which looks amazing right now. We've got our power supply here. What's really cool is inside the box you get 3 spacers included as well. So you've got a standard gasket, which is the one I'll be using, but you also get various thickness spacers as well. So you've got a thin one and a thick one, and that's everything inside the box. The problem I've got here is these are going to be on the back. There's no way for me to get round to the back. I want to focus around about this cave bit here. There's quite a bit of dead spot in there now as everything's grown out. About a bit lower, I think, for me. Try not to worry too much about perfection when you first put them on. You have to learn how to use these pumps in accordance with your tank. Every tank's different. Our aquascape's different, our corals are different, our fish are different. So take your time with it. Get them in, get them on, and just be comfortable with the fact that this is a thing that will evolve over time with you and your aquarium. So that's both of the pumps in there. I don't know if this is the right place to put them or not. As I said earlier, it's about learning what you need inside your tank for your corals and your animals in your aquarium. Let's plug them in and get them on. The biggest problem you might have is finding some plug sockets spare. I'm also going to have to drill 2 more holes here now for the controllers to sit on. Like that. Damn it, do we have any extension leads? Behind that lovely board is just absolute nest of wires. We all know we do it and we all know we shouldn't. I've got 1 plug socket down there, just 1. And I'm gonna daisy chain it. We're not supposed to do this, I don't advise that you do it. I haven't a solution, I've started filming. I'm gonna go on Amazon and after and order a better solution, but everything in there is absolutely stacked. even see them. You can't see them. And even the ones that you can see, they are so minimalistic in comparison to most other pumps on the market because there are no cables in the tank. You spend thousands on the corals and fish over the years, and you're gonna have that ruined by a weir box, some pumps. No, look. Especially for me, with the vision I had for this aquarium, it was a negative space, minimalistic, which sometimes I regret now because as things are growing out, I'm coming into problems that I didn't foresee in the early days, but as you can see, overall, everything looks pretty happy. I also need to talk to you, if the fish get out of the way, about Mobius. These are the two new pumps at the bottom, and I know this one is the left. So actually what you want to do is always name the device left, back right, yeah, that's good, that'll do. So left back, right back, so we know what we're doing. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to set these up. I need to spend some time with the pumps. Maybe they won't live where they currently are positioned. Be mindful not to blast the corals, so you don't want to put them directly in front of the corals. Where I've placed these is at the back of the rock, in between sort of where the cove is and the rock. So no corals are getting battered, and as you can see now in there, they are currently on, but there is a mode I do want to try. So we're going to go on here. So we click here, child, and we're going to go to left back. Delete this other program that we've got here, and then what we want to do is go to EcoSmart back. 0, max speed. Start low and slow, guys, don't go too fast. We're going to go 15%, done. Just having a look at the tank to see how that's changing. Okay, I think actually what we do here is set the child to the parent, the main parent. I think that's what we do. Again, I've not had 4 before. How I run them to, and how I've run them since I had them, was short pulse anti-sync. This pump is the parent. So this pump will go on and then off, and as that goes off and dies down, this one goes on. So what we get is a on, rather than this constantly going and battering the corals, which you'll see like this. It kind of meets in the middle and creates a flow like this. So it's controlled. As you can see, the corals are very, very steady. They're not getting battered. And that's how I have run them for 12 months, and they have been solid. What I'm going to do is move the left back. This is going to be the child to the main parent. Yeah, and then delete that. And then max speed, we don't want that speed to be that. We've got 15% for now. Save. Off, and then same again with this one. Child, parent, delete. EcoSmart back. 15%. Super low for now. Off. Sound check. Okay, so here we are, over here. I'm not sure we can hear anything. We're going into the parent now, 76%. I'll be honest, it's in the living room, and so we can see our telly there and the tank's here. I could not possibly have noisy pumps in the living room while we're trying to watch Netflix and chill, because that's already hard enough these days. I don't need an angry partner telling me how noisy the tank is. So for me, in the last year, they've been spot on. Speaking of angry partner, I use her toothbrush to clean the MP40s. That's about all the maintenance I do with them. I'll show you how we do that. So go in and just literally brush off there. The tangs get quite excited about this because sometimes there's a bit of algae firm on them, but nothing major. That's it. Bit of a brush around the bottom. around the sides. They probably are now due a soak in citric acid, but that's all I do. So if your wife's got a toothbrush knocking around, grab it and clean it. So one of the things that I deliberately did over the last 12 months is try to find places in the world where the Vortech was being used that really mattered. And one place that really sticks in mind is the Florida Aquarium. They are doing some incredible work at respawning corals. They use the Ecotech Radians and they are using the Ecotech MP40's in there as well. But not just that, across some of the best coral farms in the world, they use the Vortech. So if you're building a reef tank, don't underestimate the power of flow. Whether it's moving the water in the tank behind me or in everyday life, when the flow is right, everything grows. Plenty more sea in the fish.